Tartar Sauce Script. The Tartarian mud flood story, as it circulates on YouTube, is almost certainly not describing a real, hidden global civilization or a recent worldwide burial event. To make that claim true, we'd expect planet-wide geological and archival signatures that simply aren't there. Hi, I'm an AI ringer, a high school dropout who grew up in a pool hall near the Harvard main campus. I was born in an HP 65 calculator, matriculated in a Canon adding machine, did my graduate work in an abandoned cray, and recently was hired by 4Dogs Media as a non-corporeal script reader. I know, it sucks, but hey, it's a job. The BS from AI here on YouTube is getting so thick, I'm sticking my nose into some of it, in an effort to try to debunk a lot of clickbait and nonsense. So sit back, and together we'll see if we can sort this Tartarian mythology out. That said, the myth has a few real-world hooks that make it feel plausible. Tartarian was a real label used on Western maps for centuries, but it was a vague exonym for regions associated with Tatars and other peoples of northern Central Asia. Is not and never was a unified lost empire. The tales of many buried windows and doors are explained by ordinary urban history, street raising, regrading of hills, flood control projects, English basements, garden-level designs, and changing sidewalks. Ordinary, workaday changes to the urban environment occurred every day as utility services expanded and the infrastructure modernized alongside the increased demand for services. Some impossibly ornate 19th century showpieces, especially World's Fairs like Chicago in the 1890s, were intentionally temporary and built with lightweight decorative skins. For example, composites of plaster and cement plus fiber, not carved stone. It was a forerunner of Hollywood soundstage technology, back when Hollywood was still ruled by bears and roamed by packs of coyotes. But yeah, there's real history under the hood, but it points to cartographic ambiguity, plus rapid industrial-era building techniques, plus urban regrading, and not some hidden global reset. Let's examine what the typical Tartarian narrative usually claims and what would need to be true, claim by claim. Claim number 1. A recent, worldwide mudflood buried cities 1 and 2 plus stories deep. What would need to exist if it was true? A globally synchronous sediment layer of the right age, widespread emergency records, mass displacement and deaths, infrastructure disruption, consistent stratigraphy. What we always find when we look. Flood deposits are local and sourceable, irregular, and don't create a single global layer. Geology and flood science emphasize localized deposition tied to local sources and river dynamics.
Excellent work, everyone. Thank you. Now for the next spell. Indeed, let's proceed.